Hello everybody, welcome along to our session today about file sharing in SuiteFiles. We're going to spend 5 or 10 minutes looking at what file sharing is all about, what we can do and how it all works. So let's jump into it. First of all, file sharing. What we're going to show you today really is about internal users. So those are the people who are already inside your Office 365 account and how you can share files amongst your staff and colleagues. We're going to have a look at this, or why file sharing is important is really because what we're trying to do is promote really a single source of truth for your files. Basically what happens for most people when they want to talk to or share files with their colleagues is they'll type up a document and then they might email it to them, and that creates another version of that file sitting inside your mailbox. People work on the version of a document that gets emailed around, and the actual original version of the document that's sitting in your file system sort of gets left behind. We, with our file sharing, ensure that you can work with the one version of the file at all times, so you know that that is the version of the file that has all the latest information in it, and as I say, it is the single source of truth. Essentially, file sharing works a bit like task allocation. What we're doing with file sharing is letting other people in your organization know that a file exists and that you want them to do something with that file. The people who are working on the file can store notes against it that you can see if you've shared a file with them, and you can also keep track of who has completed working on a file throughout the course of their work. Not only can you actually share files, but you can also share folders with people. So if you've got a whole set of documentation that you want to share with someone else, you could share the entire folder and share that with them also. So let's have a quick look at this in our systems and go through the process of sharing a file and what you actually see. Okay, I'm logged in here. I've actually got two browsers open with SuiteFiles in it. One logged in as Andrew, me, and another logged in as Kim. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens when I share a file, show you what happens as the person who does the sharing, but also as the person who has the file shared with them. So I'm logged in. I'm going to share this this P&L file, and all I do to do that is I click the little plus over to the right-hand side of the file name, and I click the share icon. At this point I get to type in the names of my users. Simply start typing in any name of a person in your organization, and their name will appear in a drop-down list here. You can just click on that. So there's Kim, and I'm also going to share it with Callum just to show you how it all works. Type in their name, click their name from the drop-down list, and there they are appearing there. I have the ability at this point to add a little bit of metadata. Maybe I want Kim and Callum to review and edit the file. Maybe I want their approval. Maybe it's for their information. Let's say FYI in this case. I can type in a small message as well that the people I'm sharing the file with will receive. So So let's there we go. Let's put our message in there, and if we want to, we've also got some metadata here about whether we think the file is urgent and or important. So just give them a bit more of a prompt to look at those files. And all I do at this point is click the share button. So once that's done, notifications are sent in two ways to the people who've had the file shared with them. First of all, an email is sent to them, and the email has a link to the file so they can open that version of the file from the SuiteFile system. The email also has the little notification or little message that I just typed in there so they can see what we want to do, what I want them to do about it. So it gives a bit of context around what's happening. Also, it says who shared the file with them. The other thing is that there's a notification that sits inside of SuiteFiles itself that will display and show them that another file has been shared with them. Now, as the person who did the sharing, what I can do is I can come to my sharing icon over on the left-hand side here, and I can have a look under the sent items here. So you can see I've actually got a couple of files that I have shared with other people, including this document that I just shared now. Now what I can see here is, first of all, a link to the file. And if I click that link, it will open the file. And that's opened the file directly out of the folder location that it was saved in. So it's not a copy, it is the original file itself. Let's just go back. You can also see the folder structure, so the breadcrumb of where the file was has been opened from. I can see who the file has been shared with and the date that we shared it. And then I can also see the little notification or message that I sent to the person or people who I've shared the file with. So that's what a person who is sharing a document sees. Let's go now and have a look at SuiteFiles over here. You can see up in the top right here, I'm actually logged in as Kim, so this is one of the users who I shared the file with. Now, there's a couple of notifications that are on the screen at this stage. Top right of the screen here, the little bell or notification icon has the number 1 on it. That indicates that there is a new notification. If I click on that, you can see Andrew Sims shared hornblowpnl.pdf with you. Now that notification, as soon as I click on anywhere outside this little form, will disappear. But over on the left-hand side, under my sharing icon here, again you can see a red circle with the number 1 in it. Now that indicates that Kim has one file that has been shared with her, and it's sitting in her new folder. So click on sharing. The default is it takes me to the new folder, and you can see here's that file. There's one file in this list. I could have many files that have been shared with me. The number that is displayed here will be the number of files that have been shared with me and that I need to take action with. Now what you can see again is the file name, the folder location that the file is from, who it was shared by, so it was shared today by me with Kim, and then of course the notification or the message that I provided to Kim. Kim can of course click on the file name, open it up, and there you can see the information or the file itself. You can also see that it's been opened up out of our folder here. Okay, let's go back into here and look at sharing a bit more. So now that Kim has opened the file up and read it, Kim can take another action, and that is she can provide a message back to me. So she can say, read, and then she just clicks the add note link here. Now what that does is it adds a little note back into the file sharing area. You can see here it is written down here. And if I go back to my account in here, and let's just refresh a few things. So you can see now under the file that I shared with Kim and Callum, Kim has written a note here and it says, all read and understood, thanks. Now one thing you'll note when looking at this file here, you'll see both Kim and Callum's names are written in red text. Red text indicates people who have not completed all actions required for that file. So I can actually see, well, both Kim and Callum need to actually complete their tasks. If I go back to Kim's login here, for Kim to complete her tasks, what she does is she clicks the little plus over to the right hand side of the file name, and she clicks the done option. That's graded out on the screen there, so Kim now no longer has actually any files in her new shared files queue, and you can also see that the little red circle with the number 1 and the sharing icon has disappeared, as has the little red icon with the number 1 in it beside new. So Kim doesn't have any files that are shared with her that anyone in the organization needs her to do things with. If we go back to my login here, so the person who did the sharing, let's just refresh things again. You can now see that Kim's name is actually listed in black. So that's just a visual cue that Kim has actually completed all the things that she needs to do with the file, and she's told me that it's done. So it's a great way if you're sharing files with a lot of people to see who has actually had a look at the file and is saying that they've done the things that you've asked them to do. And that is how sharing works inside of SuiteFiles. Let's just go back to here and have a look at questions. Now, there is a question that has already been asked today, and I knew that someone would ask me this, is can you share files with external people? And the short answer is actually yes, you can. However, the longer answer to that is the functionality within SuiteFiles is a little bit limited, and we don't offer a mechanism to provide any context around that sharing action. So what it can do is it can send people out an email which you can't customize in any way, shape or form, and all it says is click here to download this file, and someone can download a file out of your SuiteFiles account. It's obviously not ideal, it's not something that we really promote, but it is there if people want to use it. Actually, what I should also show you is when I want to share a folder. So if I want to share this webinars folder, there's a sharing button or icon up to the top right of the screen, and that icon there will actually share the entire folder with somebody, and it's exactly the same actions that you take with sharing a file. You can fill in all the information, and what will come up in the sharing notifications is a folder is being shared with you. If I come back into my login here and I can see my sharing area, you can actually see there's a folder here that's been shared with me, and I can click on that folder. It takes me straight to it, and I can see everything that is stored inside the subfolders there. Okay, do we have any more questions at this point? Someone is stating we were hoping to be able to share documents and SuiteFiles with clients, or share a file, or sorry, share a folder to act as a possible client portal. Right now, no, it's not possible within SuiteFiles. It is something that we are looking at and still working out the best way to do that. So hopefully that is a feature that we will have in the future, but it's not something that we have right now. I've been asked the big question of any idea how long. No, sorry, at this stage we don't have a deadline or a date that we are looking to deploy that. Okay, do we have any other questions at this point? Okay, everyone, thanks for your time today. Hopefully you got something out of our little session about sharing files, and please don't forget that we've got a whole bunch more training sessions over the next few weeks. You can find out all about them and register for them on our website. Also, please don't forget about our support line, support@suitefiles.com. If you've got any questions, please fire them through to us there. Thanks a lot for coming along and finding all out about file sharing.